this is where we are going to use the nested if function. In status here, we will only use if function. So let's take a look. Okay, so we begin by typing an equal sign in the first cell there, and then typing if like that, and a bracket. And the criteria that we want to use here is that if the marks is below 50, then the student has failed. And if the marks is above 50, the student has passed. So this is how we are going to do it. So we are going to put if, you can see now we are referring to cell E4. So if E4 is greater than 50, if E4 is greater than 50, so we are going to type that, it's greater than 50, pass. Otherwise, and we are going to use a comma to show what grade that. Remember, this pass must be put in quotes. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, the pass is in quotes, and then you put a comma. The comma should be after the quotation marks. So you put a comma after the quotation mark, and this comma is showing what will be displayed in case the student will not get a marks that is above 50. So we are saying that if the student gets any mark that is above 50, then what should be displayed is pass. Otherwise, this comma here means otherwise. So otherwise, display fail. So we are going to put fail here. Like that. And then we are going to close the bracket. And let's check and see if our function is working. Press enter. You can see it displays fail for the student named Adongo, I mean. And you can see that the marks in maths, marks obtained in maths is 20, and that is below 50. So this is logically meaningful. So to apply this same formula to this other cell, we are going to double click the autofill handle, and you can see the formula is copied to all other cells, and you can see the students with marks that are above 50 have been given pass, and those with marks that are below 50 have been given fail. So let us see how we can now use the nested if function to display the grades that are obtained by the student. Now, the criteria that we'll use is that if a student scores, we are going to use these marks. Our cell of reference will be E4. So if a student scores any grade or any marks that is above 40, any marks that is above, no, let's start with the higher mark. Any mark that is above 80, then the student is awarded an A, as you can see here. So we'll put A in quotation marks. Oh, sorry for that. Put A in quotation mark. And we put another if there, because this is nested if function, remember. So if the student scores, we are still using the same cell. If the student scores marks that is greater than 70, then the student will be given a B. The student is awarded a B. And if the student scores a mark that is above 60, student scores a mark that is above 60, then the student is awarded a C. Student is awarded a C. And any mark below this, so we are going to use otherwise, the student is awarded a D. So we are going to put D in this cell. And now for us to know how many brackets or how many closing brackets we'll use here, we count from here 1, 2, 3. So we need to, already we have 1, so we need to add 2 more, like that. So let's press enter to see if our nested if function is working. Enter. As you can see, the first student has gotten a D, and that is a mark that is below 60. So let's double click on the autofill handle and copy this formula to all other cells downward. You can see, yeah, a student with 90 marks is given an A. A student with 68 is a C, and you can see the students that with marks that are less than 60 are given Ds. So that is how to use the nested if function to grade student. Remember, keep on following my series, because I want to take you to a point where we will use all these functions together in the analysis of Kcse results. So that is where we are driving to. So let me take this opportunity to thank all my viewers, and including those who have subscribed to this site. So if you have not subscribed yet, then I would urge you to do that as soon as possible. Have a nice time.